final big three game. UCLA, Utah, the number 22 team in the country, just declared Dante Moore is the starting quarterback. About dang time. Chip Kelly, they go to Rice-Eccles Stadium where Utah defends a 16-game home winning streak. The Utes are 4.5-point favorites, at least when we took this number. 2:30 p.m. game on Fox. Guys, Trey, when I look at the X's and O's, it's pointing that Utah's defense is going to match up against a very good, very explosive UCLA offense. Which side are you trusting more, leaning towards in this football game?
I think UCLA is going to be a little bit too explosive for Utah. I think Utah's kind of gotten away with playing a couple teams in Florida and Baylor that are not explosive. We're working out things on the offensive side of the ball, or we're playing backup quarterbacks in Baylor's case. And I know Utah's been playing a backup quarterback, and Cam Rising might be able to play in this game. We've been hearing he's kind of day-to-day game time decision for a couple weeks now. If they're saving him for this game, I totally understand that strategy. But even if he is back, guys, he has not faced live action since the Rose Bowl, and he's going to be a little bit rusty. So if he is even slightly off to start the game, UCLA's rushing attack and UCLA's pass rush are going to take full advantage of that. So I'm riding with UCLA in this one. I think UCLA has been quietly just dominating their schedule so far. I know the Coastal Carolina game was a little bit closer than they thought, but the defenses look better. They have shut down some pretty decent offensive teams, and they put up a lot of points on some pretty decent, albeit G5 defenses so far this year. So I'm rolling with UCLA, guys. I really like Carson Steele as a running back. I think Dante Moore is due for a full breakout performance. What better way to do it than in front of everybody playing the defending champion Utah Utes?
I think that UCLA's offense, if it can get going early, has a chance to dictate the pace here. The issue that I'm running into is this will be Dante Moore's first true road test. And like you said, this will be as prime time as it gets given the TV schedule, right? Like there are so many games that I wish were being played under the lights and are either morning or afternoon games. It is what it is on the 4-letter network, or on this case on Fox. But Utah, yes, has played two Power 5 teams that, listen, neither of them are going to blow you away offensively. But I will say Florida looks a lot less pathetic than what we initially thought after last week's kind of drubbing of Tennessee. Now, Baylor is a bad football team. I think they're going to get run against Texas this weekend. But regardless, I still think that Utah's defense is the more attractive side to me here. And I told you this off air. My gut was to go UCLA plus the number when I first sat down and watched this, and started prepping this. This was a 6.5-point line. It was immediately bet down to a 4.5-point line, literally in the span of a couple of hours as I was doing research for the show. But as I kept trying to make that UCLA pick, I kept coming back to Utah does incredible things at home on their defense where it is a no-fly zone and they make you turn that football over. I wonder if they can rattle Dante Moore early, if that's not a point of no return where Utah grabs the momentum and never lets it back. I'm gonna underthink express this one. I'm gonna go Utah minus the number at home. Trust the better defense.
Very smart, Mitch. Very smart. Don't overthink it. Look, everybody knows I love my Utah Utes. I got the Rose Bowl shirt over here. We'll put that aside. I am going to pick Utah, but here's why. I know Cam Rising is still a game time decision. If it's not Cam Rising, just to be clear, it has to be Nate Johnson. He's been the better quarterback so far, and it's not close. People who aren't watching close are saying, oh, yeah, well, he's got legs. Guys, he's completed 68% of his passes as opposed to Bryson Barnes completing 48% of his passes. He has more passing yards than Bryson Barnes. That's in 5 fewer attempts as well, and that doesn't include as well that massive 70-yard over-the-top Bryson Barnes first play from scrimmage of the whole season. He also hadn't thrown a pick yet. Oh, yeah, and Nate Johnson has rushed 33 times for 148 yards. That's 4.5 average for 3 touchdowns. So Nate Johnson has to be the guy if it's not Cam Rising. Now, if it is Cam Rising, signed, sealed, delivered, get this one out of here, no problems, right? But when you look at the defense for Utah, currently the 10th ranked scoring defense in terms of opponent points against. They're giving up 10 points a game so far. I know that they didn't play anybody, but they did play Florida, who just kind of smacked around Tennessee for a little bit. So we can talk about that one. But they also give up, here's the key stat, 65 yards per game so far against teams that I think want to run the football primarily. I think Carson Steele comes back down to earth a little bit in this game. I think that Utah is able to kind of dictate what they want to do in this game. And I am going to go ahead and pick the Utes to win this one with the -4.5. I think they're going to play a really, really good game and keep things going on their march to their third straight Pac-12 title on, I guess, maybe the last Pac-12, maybe the only chance to have a Pac-12 three-peat. So, we'll see what goes on there, but I'm excited for the Utes in this one. I think it'll be not necessarily a blowout, not necessarily non-competitive, but I do think Utah wins fairly comfortably. Give me, 5, 7, 8 points, something like that.
I think we have the making of another kind of Pac-12 classic here from Rice Eccles, right? We get so many good games at Utah's home venue. I think we get another one here.
Gracious him! How about that?